Hey everyone, it's Cindy Carroll here, and another 60 seconds of systems biology. And today's 60 seconds, give or take a few seconds, is about whole blood. And just a reminder of what whole blood is made up of. Because in nutrition, we talk a lot about immune responses and white blood cells or anemias and red blood cells. But do you really know what whole blood is made up of in terms of the total volume distribution? So this is just good to have as a frame of reference when you're assessing your patients, or just, as a whole in terms of biology. So whole blood has four main components. It has the liquid component, which is the plasma, and then platelets, which are actually more fragments. They're not whole cells, they're fragments of cells, and they help us clot so we don't bleed to death. And then there's red blood cells, which carry oxygen, and then white blood cells, which really form on the basis of our defense system, our immune system. And there's several different types of white blood cells, and white blood cells actually are the largest cells. So altogether, these four components make up our whole blood and make up about 7 to 8% of our total body weight, which is actually pretty impressive. An average sized man has about 12 pints of blood, and the average sized woman has about 9 pints. So if you look at the percentages of these, though, this was where it gets interesting, because it might be a little deceiving for you to know what really makes up the total volume. So plasma, or the liquid, is more than half of the volume. And then red blood cells and white blood cells, though, this is where it may be deceiving, because white blood cells, although they are the largest and have a great responsibility, they actually only make up about 1% of the total volume. So over a little bit more than half of the volume of blood is the liquid component, or plasma. The other half is made up of the red blood cells. And then the last percentage, give or take a little bit, is the white blood cells and platelets. So when you look in terms of the actual number, the red blood cells make up the most, about 5 million per microliter. White blood cells are about 5 to 10,000 per microliter. So even though they're the largest in size, they're not the largest in number. And then our platelets are about 150 to 350,000 per microliter. And just another perspective here, again, more than half of our blood, a little bit more than half is the liquid or the plasma. The other half is largely red blood cells. And then about a percentage made up of platelets and white blood cells. And there you have it, folks, another 60 seconds of systems biology. And I hope this forms a good frame of reference for you for when you are seeing your clients. Take care, everyone.